Hello, people. It's your boss man back again with another show. As you can see from the title, this is a charity stream for Pakistan. I will be doing these every single day this week, Monday to Friday, potentially Saturday, Sunday, depending on the situation, obviously, my availability, that kind of thing. But nevertheless, we will be doing this every single day. As you guys will be aware, the next couple of days, there's Premier League games, so there will be watch alongs basically. Going to be doing a watch along for every single game this week up until Friday. And hopefully we'll do a stream on Friday as well with some special guests. That side, as you can see from the title, very straightforward. We are raising money for Pakistan. In case you are not aware, Pakistan is suffering its worst ever flood in its history. Over 1,000 people sadly have passed away, and over 33 million people have been somewhat affected in some way, indirectly or directly, via the floods. And for me personally, as a Pakistani born a British lad, it's extremely heartbreaking to see what's happening in my homeland. And of course, I haven't got the biggest of platforms, but if you are watching this, please, 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 I beg you, share this, you like. Obviously, you do whatever you can do. If you can donate, by all means, in your financial circumstances, if you can donate, please donate. All the money is going to GRT. The link is in the description. And obviously, if you're watching on Twitter, the link will be in the tweet as well. You can do your homework, can do your research regarding charity. But from the heart, from the heart, I can wholeheartedly say the charity is 110% legit. My brother-in-law works for them and has worked for them the best part of 6 years, and he will continue to work for them, not just in Pakistan, but he works in all third world countries all over the globe, Africa, Europe, Asia, wherever is needed. And obviously he tries to do his bit, and that's what this stream is about, me trying to do my bit. I'm just one person, I can't do it alone. I need your support. Please, please share the stream. Honest to God, if you share anything today, please share this video, please share this clip, drop a like on the video, subscribe, whatever you need to do. But please help spread awareness for what's going on in Pakistan, because at the moment it's an absolute travesty. And like I already said, it's extremely heartbreaking for what is going on. And I'm going to be doing the streams every single day, and hopefully we can try and make a difference as a small community, and hopefully the wider community get behind this and hopefully help out as well. But listen, regarding how it's going to work, the link to the donation page is in the description and is also in the comment section. So feel free to hit the link and to donate anything you can, as I've already said. Just to give a bit of context regarding the charity, as I've already said, GRT, they do a lot of humanitarian work all around the world, not just Pakistan. Basically, anywhere that needs it. They've been working in Ukraine and other regions as well. Apart within the world, Calais is something that they've done a lot of work in as well, with the issues there throughout the years as well. Yemen, Lebanon, places in Africa as well. So yeah, they've covered pretty much the entire globe. Basically, the money is going to go straight to the people in Pakistan on the ground, basically providing with food supplies. I wholeheartedly know this is 110% legit. Like I said, I understand people may be skeptical, but if you go on the link, you can read everything you need to read about the charity. And also, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see how much we've raised so far, which I'll just get on the screen. Currently is £155 so far. Alhamdulillah, of course. Thank you to everyone that has donated. 50 quid of that is actually my own money. I'm not saying that for any other reason, but for you to know that it's legit. You can check on the website, on the link, that I've donated myself. So I would not donate obviously to a cause that isn't legit, of course. But secondly, I want you to donate obviously out of my own kindness, my own heart, but also to show to you guys this isn't some dodgy scam, or this isn't me trying to do. I mean, I don't know why I would do that anyways, but just hypothetically speaking, if you all have any concerns regarding that matter, obviously just to hopefully clear that out. Again, I'm just one person. There's only so much I can do as one human being. Please share this if you're watching this. Please slap a like on the video. Obviously support in any way, shape or form. Charity starts at home. At the end of the day, if you can't afford to donate, that's completely understandable. But what I will say is it's completely free to share this video. It does not cost you anything. At the end of the day, one little thing can make such a big difference. You might share it and somebody else might donate. And again, in Islam, obviously I'm Muslim myself, but in Islam that is still counted as barakah, which is obviously charity, and obviously you get good deeds for that as well, just to bring that attention to somebody else's life. So please, please do your bit. Like I said, oh God, it's just extremely heartbreaking, to be quite honest with you. Honest to God, I'm devastated, to be honest. Like, just ridiculous. The numbers are absolutely ridiculous. As I said right at the start, this is the biggest tragedy that I can recall, obviously, in my lifetime. When it was in Pakistan, over 1,000 people have lost their lives already. 33 million people have been affected via the floods, and it's just extremely devastating to see what's happening currently around the world in general. But obviously, you know, having those links back home as well is extremely devastating for me to see. So please, please, please do your bit. Thank you to everyone so far that has donated. Hopefully the link does work. If it doesn't, please check the description. It's there as well. But yeah, just to give you a bit of context, what's going to happen is every single day this week, I'm going to just stream as much as I possibly can and hopefully try to raise as much money as I possibly can. And yeah, try to make a difference, man. Even if it's £1, honest to God, I'm not even just saying this. Even if it's £1, I've got a couple of brothers can't financially donate. They've donated a couple of quid each. Like literally, it makes such a big difference. Just to give a bit of context, the currency difference from Pakistan to England is absolutely astronomical. Obviously, if you're watching this from England, obviously other currencies will vary, of course, but the difference in currency is absolutely ridiculous. Like, for example, £5 here is probably equivalent to like 200 quid there, probably even more in terms of, you know, how much money. So basically £5 here goes that far in Pakistan in terms of it'll get you at least 200 quid worth of stuff. And so please donate wherever you can. I'm going to just keep talking football because that's all I know, really, in a sense. You know, I will obviously, you know, have more real chats with yourself when it's just me like this, and just try to keep it real with you. If you guys have got any questions regarding anything, please feel free to get them in the comment section. Obviously, if there's anything that you want to ask and that kind of thing. But please do slap a like on the video with the YouTube algorithm. If you don't slap a like on the video, basically no one sees it. I don't really care about the other content that I do. I do it out of the love of my heart. And obviously out of the enjoyment of my heart, but please, this one really means a lot to me. The next videos that I do genuinely mean a lot to me because obviously, like I said, the money is needed badly out there. So if you could do anything, please at least drop a like, share the video. That's all I really ask, man. But yeah, shout out to Benji, always showing love. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the kind words. And obviously Adam Zayshandar, thank you as well, bro. I love this. There are things more important than football and love to see YouTube using that platform for good. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words from both my guys. As always, get your comments in. We are going to talk about football, as I've already said. You know, obviously we're gonna mix it up every single day this week. We're gonna do something. I've not really worked out, to be quite frank with you, but what I do know is on Friday we have got a panel lined up, and obviously I'm still working on those guests. Fingers crossed we can get some bigger content creators that might elevate obviously the platform in terms of the viewership, that kind of thing. But for those of you that are watching it, I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Thank you for clicking on the video. Honest to God, it really does mean a lot because obviously this is for a greater cause than just what I normally do on a daily. So yeah, we move. Yeah, but like I said, thank you for the support. But let's get into it. Obviously, if you haven't already, feel free to follow me on Twitter as well before I move on. It's on the screen as well, Usman Talks United. The only reason I say that is because that's where all the updates will be regarding what's happening on the stream, and also the links, that kind of thing, to the donation page, that kind of thing. Whatever you need, really, please do go check the Twitter page out. I'm quite active on Twitter in general. Obviously, you can share the post, that kind of thing, if you can't afford to donate. Right, okay, let's get into the football. We are going to be talking football all week here. We're going to do a watch along for, regardless of what team it is. Obviously, Man United playing on Thursday night, but we'll be covering all the games this week because I want to make a difference. Anyways, let's start with the weekend's results first and foremost before we look ahead to the coming days fixtures. On the Friday, we have got a preview for the weekend, so of course stay tuned for that. Hoping to have a proper panel for that one. But anyways, first things first, Manchester United 1, Southampton 0. You're probably wondering, Rather Fan Podcast, where's the gang? Pretty much they're all in the same place, actually, funny enough. Lawless and Kojo are doing a podcast together. Kish and GK both can't make it because at the carnival in London, if you're not aware. There's a carnival in London at the moment. So yeah, they're both there. That's why they're not here. But anyways, the show must go on. Let's get into it. Manchester United 1, Southampton 0. Just quickly, Abdullah, big up to Usman. Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum salam, bro. Big up to you. We have to sign no goalkeeper or sign. Should we just get this out of the way first and foremost? Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, my brother, for tuning in first and foremost. I appreciate you obviously coming through and dropping a comment. Just the Dubravka news very quickly. It does seem that Manchester United have brought Dubravka to Manchester United. I mean, what can I say? I'm not a big fan of the goalkeeper. I just think he's too similar to David De Gea, to be quite frank honest with you. I think it's extremely similar to De Gea. I understand people's need for a goalkeeper. I get it, but if we're going to bring in a goalkeeper, I would have thought it'd be someone that's more modern in terms of the modern game. And Dubravka doesn't really do that. I mean, he's good at claiming the ball here and there, but in general, he's not a great shot stopper. He's not great off his line. He's not great with his feet. So he's not really improvement on De Gea for me personally, but that's just my personal opinion. But Nevertheless, it does look like a loan with the option of 5 million to buy, but no harm doing. We spent most of our money now in this window. But yeah, let's get into the game. Manchester United beating Southampton 1-0. If you are just joining us, please slap a like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel. But most importantly, hit the link in the comment section. Feel free to donate. I think it's pinned. If it's not pinned, please go into the description. There's also a link there. We have currently raised £155 so far. I haven't really got a target, to be quite fair and honest with you. Just trying to raise as much money as I possibly can for the greater cause. If you're not aware, the money is all going to Pakistan, as it says at the little ticker below the target. But yeah, all the money is going to Pakistan. Inshallah, obviously, every single penny helps. And hopefully we can make a difference to the people that need it most. But yeah, Manchester United beating Southampton 1-0. Unbelievable victory in the end, really, given the circumstances. And when I say circumstances, I mean the grit, the determination, and the resilience the boys have shown is absolutely fantastic. Look, at the end of the day, it's not a brilliant win in terms of the performance, but these are the kind of wins that you remember. Because we didn't really play particularly well. Like I said, there was great determination, and each one of those players really fought for each other in terms of the defensive unit. I thought once again the defensive unit was solid. Martinez so far has been absolutely fantastic. He's been a revelation at the back, although every Real fan and pundit is trying to discredit him due to his lack of height, so to speak, which is absolutely ridiculous. And extremely poor and lazy journalism, to be honest. But in general, everyone is trying to discredit him, but the guy has been absolutely fantastic. You know, his fight, you saw with Mohamed Salah, the way he left it on him very early, and I thought with Che Adams as well, you know, with the slide tackles, he was showing that extra bit of aggression, that extra bit of bite, that bit of tenacity and steel, which is something that we massively missed. In a Man United shirt. Rojo's probably the last person, and maybe Abayi would probably throw in there as well. That really shown that in a Man United shirt, of course, that South American blood, you know, they've got it in him. It's just within them. If only could bottle it up. But listen, I absolutely love it. I love what Martinez is bringing to the team. That extra bit of leadership and a bit of character that we've massively missed. And for me personally, that's exactly what we need moving forward. With Casemiro coming in, he looked a bit shaky, I'm not going to lie. But with Casemiro coming in as well, hopefully, it's a sign of things to come. Keep getting your comments in. Obviously, this is going to stay as a football stream. It will do for the rest of the week. But as I said, there's an underlying bigger issue here, which is raising money for Pakistan. As you can see on the screen, we have currently raised £155. So I appreciate every single one of you that has donated. I understand that's not easy to donate to something that potentially you don't have any feelings towards. But secondly, if you haven't got the financial you haven't just got the financial situation to be donating money. I get it, man. I get it. I understand. But shout out to every single one that is tuning in. Please, please, please slap a like on the video. The more likes we get on the video, the more likely that the algorithm will push this video so other people see it. Again, this isn't about me promoting my channel. Couldn't give two shits about my channel. I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. And I don't mean that in a sense like... I don't mean that obviously I don't care in that sense. Obviously, I want to, you know, obviously, hopefully improve my channel as well. But not through this means. This is strictly about raising money for charity. I couldn't care less about any other byproduct that may or may not occur. Please just slap a like on the video. That's all that bloody matters. And please donate if you possibly can. Shout out to Ali, man. Thank you as always, by the way. Obviously, you donated a huge deal, a huge amount with the last charity fundraiser I did, which was not too long ago actually, which was also for Pakistan, a hospital in Pakistan. I don't even know the situation in the hospital now that I think about it. Actually, I probably should check that. Yeah, thank you so much, bro, man. Honest to God, I appreciate you so much. Always supporting the cause. Inshallah, obviously together we can try and save a couple of lives, if not make a couple of lives better. As I said right at the start of the video, 33 million people have been affected somewhat via the flood, and for me personally, to be in UK with this tiny platform, I took it upon myself to try and do my bit. Inshallah, together as a community, hopefully with the wider community joining in, we can try and raise somewhat money, and that might make a bit of a difference. That's what it's all about. Shout out to Jeff, always showing a big old man. Thank you, my brother from Wales, with the family, mum and dad, so proud watching here. Oh my God, I didn't know everyone's watching. Okay, never mind. Probably should not messaged that. Just quickly, mum, don't worry, the attic windows are closed. I know it was raining. In case it wasn't raining in Wales, it was raining in Sheffield, and I did close the window. So I hope you're proud of me with that as well. But yeah, so regarding the stream, as always, like I said, all the money will be going to Pakistan. I've said it so many times now, but I'm going to keep saying it for the rest of this week and the week after, because that's what it's about and the day in it. But yeah, let's get back to the football. As I've said, yeah, Manchester United, good win, 3 points needed. At the end of the day, you know, a new manager, that's the most important thing to get the job done. You've seen in previous years and previous seasons under previous managers that we have struggled away from home in these games where the team stick it on us. You know, Southampton, to be fair to them, they showed resilience, they showed good character, and they probably just did enough for a draw. But on a different day, they probably would have got one. But the luck was on Manchester United side on this occasion, and we shall take that every single day of the week. Absolutely elated with the 3 points. Hopefully we can build on that. As I've already mentioned, the character shown by the boys, we need to take that forward and continue to build on these things. You know, at the end of the day, a couple of games doesn't mean anything. It's about consistency. There was a stat that came out that Manchester United have not won back-to-back games since, I think it was February or December. I can't remember exactly which month it was, but the fact that that is a stat is absolutely ridiculous. That Manchester United, a club of this stature, has not won back-to-back games in a very long period of time. So yeah, it was good to obviously break that duck as well. But in general, it's not about 2 games, it's about consistency for a long period. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint with the Premier League, and it's important that we continue that moving forward. But yeah, let's move away from Manchester United. Chelsea also winning 2-1 against Leicester. I thought Chelsea win was probably the biggest. Well, I suppose you could say Liverpool as well. We'll get to that shortly. But I think Chelsea's win was absolutely massive as well, for different reasons for the Man United one. But for me personally, the fact that they went down to 10 men, they show real character and togetherness to actually get that W. Some would say they got lucky, but for me personally, when you're down to 10 men, you know, you need luck to get the 3 points. And fair play to Chelsea, but you got to put respect to the name. Obviously, shout out to Sterling as well, getting both the goals as well. Happy for him on a personal level. He has been under somewhat criticism in recent weeks, but in general, Chelsea's attack has been extremely poor thus far this season. And in general, under Tuchel, that Chelsea attack has struggled. Is Sterling the man to change their fortunes? Of course, that is the question on everyone's lips. But for me personally, it's not just about Sterling. As a unit going forward, Chelsea need to improve drastically. It's not so much one individual to turn the fortune. I think it's a collective. They need to improve. And that's, for me, where Chelsea need to improve the most. They do need a couple more additions. Past the 200 mark, I don't know how. Ali, wow, I haven't got my laptop next to me, so I can't. Wow, okay, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. Oh my God, I probably need to change this then. Let's just change it. Past the 200 mark. Oops. Let's just get a quick edit on this. If someone can get me the exact feed, that would be brilliant. I really should have had my laptop next to me. This is so poor, by me, honest to God. So I do apologize. In future shows, the laptop will be next to me so I can update. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ali. I'm assuming that was you who's donated, but thank you so much, bro. Honest to God, that means a lot, man. At the end of the day, anything that you can donate means so much. Like I said, the money is 110% going to people in Pakistan who need it the most for food and supplies. Wow, 225. Wow. I don't even know what to say. What the hell? 225. Bloody hell. I should probably say mashallah, of course. Oh my God, I don't know what to say. I don't know. We've just started. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Yeah, so 225. Wow. A lot of money. Alhamdulillah. Keep supporting. I have made a mistake here. I was meant to make it as a banner, but okay, there we go. We'll edit the use banner. There we go. We got it. Right. Don't mind me. Sorry, I'm just slightly flustered because I wasn't expecting that much of a donation, man. Thank you so much, man, to everyone that's donated so far, man. I appreciate you. That's bloody 70 quid. What the hell? That's a lot of money, man. But yeah, like I said, the money is going to people on the ground. And obviously, the money is getting distributed. The money is being distributed by my brother-in-law. Obviously, the charity that he works for is GRT. The link is in the description, so feel free to check them out. Obviously, if you've got any qualms regarding anything, obviously, if you've, legitimacy, so to speak, feel free to check them out any way, shape, or form. Listen, I wouldn't put my name on something if I didn't know it was 110% legit. And wholeheartedly, if there's any issues, I will reimburse you personally, happily. I mean, I would happily reimburse you, so it's not a problem. But yeah, thank you so much for the donations. But yeah, coming back to the football chat. Oh God, regarding Chelsea Football Club, I just think for me personally, they need to get Aubameyang in. I don't think Aubameyang was their number one target. I do think they had other players that they probably wanted to bring in. I think Wilfred Zaha would be an interesting addition. I think he's probably longing for that move to a bigger club, so to speak. No disrespect to Crystal Palace, but I think Wilfred Zaha will also be an interesting addition as well. If they can get that one over the line, obviously Sterling potentially playing down the middle with Zaha on the left. They do play with a bit of a weird formation in terms of the front line. They don't necessarily play as wingers. So it would be interesting to see Zaha in a more attacking team, but also in a team that there's more pressure on his shoulders to produce week in, week out. I do think he's warranted that move. It'll be interesting to see Palace do that. I would be extremely surprised if Palace let him go, especially this late into the window. One thing I will say about Crystal Palace, they've been absolutely phenomenal so far. They've been absolutely phenomenal so far with the business that they've done in terms of the player ID, the players that they brought in, offer similar sort of technical ability, so to speak. So I've been very impressed with what Vieira's doing over there. But back to Chelsea, for me personally, they need to get another centre mid in without a shadow of a doubt. Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho are not doing it. Ross Barkley has just gone as well, so I would assume someone's going to come in for him. Not that he's fared much, but yeah, they need a centre mid and they need an attacker. If that's Aubameyang, Zaha, whoever it may be, they need to bring someone in, because I don't think Raheem Sterling is going to be the only guy. Sorry, I don't think Raheem Sterling as the only guy to really produce week in, week out is going to be enough for them to actually, sustain that form. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Cucurella, not really done fantastically well so far. I mean, he's been okay. He's had a couple of hiccups. Obviously, Koulibaly, again, red card, not a great start for him on a personal level. But yeah, Chelsea for me at the moment, still got question marks on them. And we'll see how they fare. But yeah, thank you so much for the donation. £225 raised so far. Alhamdulillah, obviously we just started really, basically. And that's already a lot more than I've raised with the other Tough Mudder. But like I said, all the money is going to people on the ground right there in Pakistan right now. I hand on heart can categorically say that is legit. But yeah, moving on from Chelsea Football Club. Let's talk about Manchester City, because I don't speak enough about Manchester City. Manchester City ended up winning 4-2 against Crystal Palace, ironically enough. Crystal Palace actually did take a 2-0 lead. I believe it was Crystal Palace. I haven't checked off the top of my head, but I did watch the game, so I probably should remember. I feel like it was Crystal Palace. So 4-2 to Chelsea. To Man City, sorry, I do apologise. My head's all over the place because the donations still rattled me, but just got me all over the place. But yeah, 4-2 winners. Haaland hat-trick. Haaland basically debunked any myth that he is going to find it difficult in the Premier League. That Bundesliga tax does not apply to him whatsoever. The man has debunked that completely. 6 goals in 4 games for the Norwegian striker has been absolutely sensational. And a lot of those goals have been extremely integral as well, not just the goals when the team is running away, so to speak, with the game. They've been extremely important to, goals to get back in the game, obviously goals to go ahead, and in this case, goals to win the game, so to speak. But one player I do want to give a special mention to, I think has been absolutely sensational and everything that is good going forward for Manchester City, is Bernardo Silva. I think for me personally, he's not going to get the plaudits because, of course, Haaland will rightfully get them, but for me, having watched that full 90 minutes, Bernardo was just absolutely unreal. He was just quality. He was running the game completely. I know a lot of people will be raving about De Bruyne, but for me, the work that Bernardo does just keeps the ball ticking. Just his IQ, man, his football abilities, the pockets he picks up. The guy's such a clever footballer. Of course, he did get a goal as well. But in general, his performance for me was out of this world. I thought he was a close second for man of the match. I also want to give a shout out to Gundogan, who I thought was absolutely brilliant. Once again, off the bench, having an impact. I'm a bit surprised that Pep did not start him. I thought he's had a good start to the season so far, but Pep Roulette strikes again. It's just a bit baffling that people like Gundogan just can't keep their spot regardless of how well they perform. But of course, he has got his favourites, which is understandable. De Bruyne and Rodri are a given. Then it seems that the others get rotated depending on what side of the bed he wakes up. But in general, for me, Man City, there are question marks on Man City. I must say they struggle against Newcastle defensively. I think that's an understatement. Say Maximin ripped him a new one on his own, and they struggled again against a couple of other tricky forwards. Against Crystal Palace, obviously 2-0 up. I can't quite remember the first Crystal Palace goal, but the second one came from a corner. I do remember that one. Poor defending. There was absolutely nobody marking the individual that scored, I believe it was Anderson. I might have got his name wrong. I think Kyle Walker was at fault for that one. But in general, Man City defensive have been absolutely shambolic so far. Rodri, he's doing his thing, but at the same time, they've been extremely open at the back. I think a lot of teams aren't fearing them at the moment. Of course, Man City won this, great comeback from them, 2-0 down as well to win 4-2. It's a great confidence booster. But for me, if I'm looking at it from a competitive standpoint, they've conceded 5 goals in 2 games there. 3 against Newcastle and 2 against Palace. I'm sure Pep will be looking at that and asking questions, because that is an astronomical amount of goals let in for a team of City's caliber. Of course, they're notoriously known for keeping clean sheets, mainly because they keep the ball so well. One thing I will say is a lot of teams are not fearing them anymore. A lot of teams are going out to attack them. That has been the biggest change so far within the City situation. I don't think as much teams fear them, although obviously they respect them to the extent, but they are actually trying to give it a go. At the end of the day, if you basically park the bus against City, you're probably going to lose anyways. So at least go and go out with the blaze of glory, so to speak, which is what Palace tried to do. As soon as they started to rest on the laurels with their 2-0 lead, City came back into the game and did what they did best, dug out the victory, and full credit to them. Great comeback, especially knowing that everybody else won as well. That was a huge 3 points. At 2-0 down, I didn't see them coming back, to be honest. Although they played okay in moments, I didn't really see City threatening as much as I would have expected, to be quite fair and honest with you. But for me personally, it'd be interesting to see how their defense fares against better and more potent attacks. As I already mentioned, 5 goals already conceded the last 2 games against more direct wingers. So it'll be interesting to see other teams look and tap into that and try and play a bit more direct towards them. But yeah, shout out to the United Way. As you say, like and subscribe to the channel. Show your support if you can. Otherwise, please share, raising money for a very good cause. Thank you so much, as always, to everyone that is supporting the channel. As I said already, I'm only one person. I don't have the viewership or the massive community to really carry this on my own. This is about people coming together for a great cause, and that's what this is about. That's what this stream is about in general. It's about hopefully making a difference, big or small. Every little penny will have some form of impact on those lives that have been devastated in Pakistan. And so for me personally, thank you for everyone that is tuning in. Please do slap a like on that video. But yeah, moving away from City, let's go into the other side. I was going to say Manchester, but I've already covered them. Let's talk about Liverpool. Let's go to the other side of the rivalry. Liverpool 9, Bournemouth 0. We did see Arsenal fans celebrating that Bournemouth victory like they are genuine title contenders, and we will get to that very shortly. But Liverpool absolutely destroyed Bournemouth. And one thing I will say before we get into the crux of the game, etc., so to speak, but I didn't like the way Klopp was stood there with his arm over Scott Parker. Wow, 275. Oh my God! So we've raised over 100 quid already. I've only been live for 27 minutes. Wow. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know who's donating. I will have my laptop next to me. Thank you so much for the update in the chat. You can see that I'm new to this, can't you? Because I'm clicking on the wrong buttons, my fat fingers. Yeah, wow. Wow, bloody hell. 275 raised so far. Wow. I've clicked every wrong button. There we go. We're back on track. I keep getting flustered every time someone donates, which isn't really good for a charity stream. But thank you so much for the update. I will have my laptop with me for tomorrow's watch along, so I will be able to keep up to date with everything that's going on regarding the donations. But thank you so much. Like I said, I've only been live for 28 minutes, and we've already raised over 120 quid, which is absolutely ridiculous. I can't even believe that. I would have been happy with. Genuinely would have been happy with the 10 because I wasn't expecting anyone to donate. So thank you so much. Very close to that 300 mark, which would be almost doubled it, which is ridiculous. Like I said, I didn't think anyone was going to donate. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It's really going to make a massive difference. Hopefully we can get to that 300 mark as well. But yeah, keep pushing, keep dropping a like, keep sharing this on Twitter. Do what you got to do, please, to help make a difference. Like I said, it is going to go to a great cause. But yeah, moving back to the football chat. Yeah, like I said, Liverpool, I'm not really sure why Klopp stood there with his arm around Scott Parker after he just beaten him 9-0. I just thought it was a bit condescending, kind of taking the piss, to be quite honest with you. But Scott Parker didn't seem to mind it, so who am I to mind? Thank you, Ali Akhtar, aka Wax. Thank you for the chat. Hopefully, the Welsh family is doing well. One thing I will say is I just realised though, all my family is basically together apart from me. I didn't even realize this until I seen the photos in the WhatsApp group. So basically, my brother and my little sister are currently down south, and then everyone else in my family, my parents, my siblings, everyone are together in Wales, and I'm just here on my own. I didn't realize that, but I'm happy. So that's the main thing. Like I said, I'm fed, Mum. Don't worry. I've fed myself. I'm a grown ass man. So honest to God, my mum is stressing, probably thinking this guy ate. Don't worry, I have ate. I promise. But anyways, back to the show. Home Alone, absolutely, yes. Just me alone with all the burglars, doing my thing, setting up the booby traps, that kind of thing. You love to see it. But yeah, regarding Liverpool, the major story, the second story after the fact that they won 9-0 is the fact that Mohamed Salah didn't get a goal and assist, which I found absolutely hilarious, especially for FPL owners who absolutely live it. The fact that he didn't get an assist or a goal. But on top of that, he missed countless chances throughout the entire game, so it was his own fault. But in general, 9-0 to Liverpool. I believe it was 7 different goal scorers. Fantastic performance, a fantastic result. Regardless of the opposition, they needed that badly after that poor performance against Manchester United. Just a bit of confidence, just an opportunity for them to share the goals and obviously build a bit of confidence within some of the other players that haven't contributed. Fabio, I think that's his name, Carvalho, got his first goal for Liverpool as well. I think he's a top quality player. Great finish as well. Well taken goal by the youngster. But in general, a great performance by Liverpool. They were ruthless, very ruthless. I'm sure they're a bit good they didn't get that double figure because if I'm not mistaken, that was Liverpool Liverpool matching their highest ever win in Premier League. So they needed one more obviously to get the 10. But what I did find funny was Southampton tweeting Bournemouth. Obviously, both teams, in terms of geography, are situated in the same region within the UK. If you're not aware, both teams are down south. It's fairly close to each other. And Southampton, of course, notoriously got slapped 9-0 twice. I can't remember the other team was, but Man United was one of the teams. I think it was City, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But they basically tweeted Bournemouth. Saying if you need anyone to talk to, let us know. Our DM's open. I thought that was quite funny, to be fair. A bit cheeky, but hilarious at the same time. Look, fair play to Liverpool. Like I said, they needed the 3 points. They needed the 3 points, but most importantly, they needed that level of performance as well. A great performance for them on a personal level. I believe their next game is against Newcastle, so that is at home. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare with that one. But anyways, moving on from Liverpool, I'm trying to remember who I haven't covered. The 2 North London clubs are the teams I have not covered. I've remembered. We will go to Tottenham Hotspur. Who did they beat? Honestly, I really should have wrote this down. I watched all the games, but I'm trying to remember who they beat. I think it was Nottingham Forest. Tottenham against Nottingham, that is correct. 2-0 winners. Henderson made a penalty save, but Harry Kane's brace was enough to see them off. Listen, first things first, right? Harry Kane, right, deserves a huge amount of plaudits. Let's just get it straight. But what I will say is, for all the goals that he scores, still no trophies. Surely that is on his mind. I believe he's overtaken Aguero and overtaken a couple of other players as well. And he's closing in on Wayne Rooney as well, alongside other players in terms of individual accolades, so to speak, in terms of goals scored in the Premier League. He's now I think Tottenham's highest ever goal scorer, if I'm not mistaken, as well, in the Premier League. A lot of individual accolades, basically. Nothing in terms of collective. He did give me the vibe that it didn't really affect him too much, to be honest. I will say that he just he didn't seem phased by it like he'd done in the past. When they were asking him questions regarding that individual accolades, he didn't really seem to care as much as I've seen him in the past. Like, he just seemed very razor focused. One thing I will say with Antonio Conte, he has got the capabilities similar to Jose Mourinho to really get into a player's head and obviously galvanize them and hopefully get them focused on the bigger picture. In this case, they need trophies, don't they, realistically speaking. But yeah, Harry Kane, fair play to him. Great brace for him. Henderson, for me, I think our fault maybe a bit harsh, but for the first goal, extremely poor. Positioning wasn't great. Granted, his line of sight may have been blocked from the defender in front of him. Probably make a case that the defender should have closed down a bit quicker. Thank you so much for the kind words, sis. I will pay you when you get home. But yeah, so his line of sight might be blocked, that kind of thing. But for me personally, it just wasn't good enough, to be quite frank with you. To be a Premier League keeper and to be wrong-footed or to not dive for a ball like that when it's that far out, and on top of that, it wasn't a clean strike at all. It was very much scuff strike. I reckon he could have got at least a hand to it and potentially saved it, in my personal opinion. But He did redeem himself, saving that penalty. Again, fantastic record. He has now saved a penalty from both Englishmen this season, Declan Rice and Harry Kane. But nevertheless, Harry Kane did get a second goal very late into the game. I believe it was the 80th minute. A great cross from Richarlison, who did get hacked prior for showboating. I'm not really sure what I think about that personally. I've seen a lot of people saying it's wrong. He shouldn't be doing that. But for me, I don't think it's that deep. It is disrespectful. I'm not going to lie. It is disrespectful. But the player hacked him at the end of the day, so it's raised. He got his just rewards. But listen, you need characters like Richarlison in the game, man. It's just very, very mundane. There's too many vanilla players and vanilla personalities, should we say, in this day and age. And I don't mind something like that. And the fact that he got hacked as well, he got what he deserves, so to speak. But great assist by Richarlison. I mean, fantastic outside the boot on a plate for Harry Kane. Couldn't really miss. 2-0, you know, 3 points, get back to White Hart Lane. But I also, before I do move on, I do want to talk about a few things, but I want to talk about Heung-min Son firstly. I've got to be honest, I'm a bit disappointed with Heung-min Son, and I know a lot of people have been saying to me, Usman, you've got an agenda. And look, I have not got an agenda against Son at all. I've got an agenda against other players, but Son is definitely not someone that I've got an agenda. I actually really like Son. I always have really liked Son. My only thing with Son is I don't think he's world class. That was all I said. That's all I've said consistently. He did prove me wrong last season. He was world class last season. There's no denying that. And that's, in my personal opinion, fair. But I can't call someone world class unless they don't do it season in, season out. Statistics aside, sorry, I'm talking about performance levels, yeah. And so far, stats aside, his performances have been well below par. And he needs to up his game, because at the moment it's nowhere near good enough. He'll probably have a purple patch when people start calling him world class again, and they'll start at me again saying, "Oh, Smo, what did you say about Heung-min Son, etc., etc." So the cycle don't stop. This is basically what happens every single time. Yeah. So for me personally, we need to chill the hell out on the Heung-min Son thing. Just let's see how it gets on this season. If he has another season like it did last season, then obviously I will eat my words happily. But time will tell. But yeah, listen. If you are still joining in, please do keep slapping a like on that video. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate the fact that you have donated. I'm just going to have a quick drink because my mouth is dry. Oh, that was needed. I'm not going to lie. But keep sharing the video on Twitter, that kind of thing as well. It supports us a lot. But yeah, let me just have a quick sip. Oh, Rubicon Mango sponsor me. But yeah, keep donating, please. The link is in the comment section. If you haven't already, please do retweet it as well. Share on your socials. Do what you gotta do. Every little penny counts. Shout out to everyone that's donated. We have raised over 120 quid already, which is on this stream, which is absolutely mind blowing. I can't believe we've raised that much. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuned in so far. But yeah, let's get over to the last North London team before we look ahead to the coming days. And obviously, we'll be doing a watch along for these games. So make sure you stay tuned for them. But yeah, listen, first things first, regarding Arsenal, 4 wins in 4. Where do I start? Look, you've got to give credit where it's due. I know a lot of people are quite bitter at the moment. There's a lot of people saying, why are Arsenal fans celebrating? Honestly, what a stupid thing to say. What do you expect? They're paying this ridiculous amount of money to get into the stadium, firstly. Arsenal's one of the most expensive places in Europe to go to for a match day. So I don't know what you expect them to do and not celebrate when they're winning, especially if they're 4-4 at the top of the table. I mean, it's just baffling, especially in the man in the one as well, very late into the game. I just don't get it. I don't get those comments. That's what football's about. Celebrating is what football's about. For me, the players, on the other hand, they've got to remain composed. Obviously, it's extremely early on. Similar to how Everton players were dancing. I think it was last season, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, we know how Everton, not last season, might have been the season prior when they had Ancelotti, James, etc., etc., etc. They were in a similar scenario where they had a very good start to the season. Everyone was like, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, X, Y, and Z. But anyways, I digress. Yeah, regarding Arsenal, firstly, huge credit to them. I thought they deserved the 3 points. I thought they were fantastic for large parts. However, the manner in which both the goals came were extremely lucky. One of which being a deflection. I thought Leno should have saved it. And the second one was a Leno mistake, to be quite frankly honest with you. He has to come and he has to be stronger. And you couldn't potentially make a case that Saliba blocked him off. But for me, that would have been extremely soft. At the end of the day, as a goalkeeper, come and collect that, take out the man, do what you got to do, punch it out, whatever it may be. And he was weak. And he got punished. You know, Gabriel redeemed himself as well, emphatically. I was rinsing him as well on social medias when he conceded that goal. Shocking individual mistake. Mitrovic capitalizing on a very, very poor defending by Gabriel. Just switched off, basically. Mitrovic pounced, and he did fantastically well to hold off the defender and put it into the bottom corner. But yeah, for me personally, Arsenal have shown great character to come back from that game. Very late into the game. I thought Nketiah, I don't think he's going to get much plaudits, but I think Nketiah really changed the game. Granted, he missed a couple of chances he probably should have taken, and he probably will on another day. But I just think his injection of energy and his just willingness to run, I think, made a massive difference. That's just me personally, but obviously I don't know what other people think. Odegaard has hit the ground running so far. Another important goal for the captain, leading from the front. And overall, just a great team performance, really. They moved the ball extremely quickly. Saka was, for me personally, is the only one that's really been disappointing for Arsenal so far this season. I just think I've been a bit underwhelmed with him, to be quite frankly honest with you. He missed the sitter as well. His overall play wasn't too bad, but it's just been anonymous for large parts of the game. And for someone who had such a good season last season, with the expectations going into the season, he had similar to Son as well, actually, to an extent. He's just massively underwhelmed, and he needs to improve massively and very quickly, because at the moment he is well below the standard. So yeah, for me personally, Saka is someone that I will keep an eye on. But overall, everybody else doing their thing. Martinelli, fantastic as always. Jesus has been a breath of fresh air since he's got in to Arsenal. What I will say is their backups again with Arsenal, extremely weak backups in comparison to other teams. Partey was missing from this game. I believe Elneny was his replacement, so it'll be interesting to see how he fares. And also left back, what's his name? Tierney came in. Actually, that's not a bad replacement, to be honest, because Tierney probably in his own right is the starting left back. But yeah, Tierney came in, did a job to an extent, but I think Zinchenko was a bit missed in some departments. But nevertheless, done their thing, got the 3 points, and I think deservingly Arsenal are getting the plaudits at the moment. One thing I will say, which I think is absolutely hilarious with Arsenal fans, is some of them are getting so carried away at the moment. Title contenders, invincible Arsenal. Why did they never learn? It's 4 games in. I'm not even going to talk about the teams you're beating, because at the end of the day, you just got to beat what's in front of you. And people can say, oh, they've only beaten Bournemouth and Fulham and what X, Y, Z, whatever. You can say what you want really about those teams, but the old Arsenal wasn't beating this team. Let's be real. They would have dropped points against Fulham when they went 1-0 down, especially in the manner that it happened, and they didn't, especially for such a young team. They showed great character, and you got to put respect on the name. But what I will say is they need to calm down. The fans need to calm down. I personally think Arsenal inevitably will be fighting for top 4 alongside Spurs, alongside Chelsea, and potentially Man United now with the signings that we have made. But yeah, for me personally, great start of the season for Arsenal. There's not really much to hate on them, to be honest. They're playing great football. They're probably the most exciting team after City at the moment in terms of entertainment value. And all is rosy in the garden. I just wait to see how they fare with a couple of bad results if they come. Obviously, they may go invincible according to some fans. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how they fare with a couple of bad results, how the fans will react as well. Especially results that they expect, but especially games when they expect to win and they don't win. So it'll be interesting to see how they fare. But at the moment, everything is rosy from an Arsenal perspective. But listen, let's look ahead to this week's action. There's quite a lot of games happening this week, and we will have a preview on Friday as well. As I already mentioned, we'll be doing a video every single week, every single day this week. So please stay tuned for that. But nevertheless, let's get into it. Let's get a couple of score predictions to finish off the show with, starting with Palace hosting Brentford. What are your thoughts? For me, I am going to go for a 2-1 Palace v Brentford, not Brighton, sorry. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Palace win. 2-1. Now we'll go 2-2. 2-2. I've changed my mind about 7 times, yeah. 2-2. Fulham against Brighton. I'm going to go 2-1 to Brighton. Southampton against Chelsea. For me personally, I see this one being a draw, actually. I don't think Chelsea have got enough goals in them at the moment. I might be completely wrong. I do think Southampton will probably get a goal. Again, another team that are struggling at the moment in front of goal. So could it even, yeah. I'm going to say 1-1. I'm going to stick to my 1-1 prediction. Leeds against Everton. Interesting. Leeds are hosting Everton. Everton dropping 2 points at the end against Newcastle there. Fantastic goal by St. Maximin. Actually, that's the wrong game. I just realized. Who did Everton drop points against? I can't remember, but it was 1-1. They bottled it right at the end of the game. I was watching that game as well, but it's completely evaded my attention. But it was Wolves against Newcastle. Of course, 2 bangers in that game, by the way. Saint Maximum and Ruben Neves both scoring in that game. But yeah, Leeds against Everton. I'm going to say 2-2 for this game. I think there's going to be goals in this one. Liverpool host Newcastle. For me, I can only see a Liverpool win. I'm going to say 2-1 Liverpool. I think it's going to be tight. Interesting to see if Isaac, however you pronounce his name, it starts. I don't think he will, but it'll be interesting to see how that fares. Arsenal host Aston Villa. Aston Villa at the moment, by the way, and Stevie Fraud Gerrard struggling. Absolute bottle job, 7 guys at the moment. They're struggling at the moment badly. Gerrard potential under pressure. Yeah, he needs to get a result at some point. I don't think he's going to get sacked off the back of this, and I don't think he'll get sacked in general just yet. But there is a bit of pressure mounted on Fraud, that is Steven Gerrard. For me personally, I've never rated him as a manager. I think he's massively overrated. But obviously, Liverpool fans are gassing him like. I mean, he's their legend, obviously, so it's understandable. But yeah, massively overrated. I've got Arsenal to win this game. I'm going to say 2-0 Arsenal. Bournemouth hosting Wolves. I mean, I know Ruben Neves just got a banger. I think Wolves probably win this game. But how did Bournemouth react to losing 9-0? They are at home for this one. It'll be interesting to see how they react. For me, they're destined for relegation. I mean, Scotty Parker, I actually think he's a good manager. But the guy's hand has been poor. He came up with Fulham. Shocking team. He never had a chance of staying up. And now he's come up. With Bournemouth, he did fantastically well to get promoted, and again, he doesn't really have a chance to keep them up, to be quite frankly honest with you. So it'll be interesting to see. I've got this down as a 0-0. Wolves will probably win this one, but I've got a 0-0. Well done, bro. My mates are do something similar, collecting money as well. Thank you so much, Viking Red, for the comment. Firstly, I appreciate that, my guy. Great cause, bro. Get short. I know, back in. Inshallah, man, inshallah, bro. Obviously, we can do our bit, man. Please, if you can, back in red, do slap a like on the video as well. It does help a brother out. If you can donate as well, do donate. But also shout out to your mates as well for doing something similar. Obviously, at the end of the day, we're just normal people trying to make a difference. That's what it's all about, man. But yeah. Bournemouth 0, Wolves 0. I feel like Wolves probably win that 1-0. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not gonna be an exciting game. It's probably going to be a 4-4 now, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Man City holding Nottingham Forest. I mean, if Man City do not win this game convincingly, I'd be extremely surprised. I'm going to say 3-0 Manchester City. I'm sure a lot of people will captain Haaland on that one, which probably means he's going to blank. West Ham against Spurs, probably one of the bigger games of the weekend, I would say, of the midweek even, should I say. West Ham against Spurs, hard to call. I mean, West Ham are at home. They have been extremely poor. They did get their first win on the weekend. I'm sure Lawless was absolutely elated with that. He let me know in the chat that they won. But yeah, for me personally, it's really hard to call that one. I think Tottenham are just going to nick it. But Tottenham, to me, haven't played that well at the moment. They've got obviously great results, which is a sign of a good team as well, especially early into the season. I'm going to say 2-1 because that's what I feel will happen, just because Spurs, with the firepower they got up front, might just have enough. West Ham have been somewhat underwhelming so far this season as well. And I think Spurs, with the confidence, will probably just have enough. It is a derby as well, so sometimes that does go out the window. And West Ham are at home. I think Spurs just to win 2-1. It could potentially be a draw as well. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And the last but not least, Leicester v Manchester United. I've got this down as a 2-1 win for Man United. Of course, I'm going to back my team. Hopefully we just get the 3 points. Again, it's just at that point in the season, we just need to get points on the board. I'm hoping every single game that we start to see a bit of progress of what Ten Hag is trying to do with the boys. The intensity is something that a lot of the players are currently struggling with. You see with Jadon Sancho in particular, he keeps getting substituted off. But yes, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how we fare. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Manchester United. But listen, that is the end of the stream. It's been an extremely successful stream. If you are watching this on repeat, you can still donate. The link is in the description, also in the comment section. But if you can't see in the comment section, for whatever reason, it's in the description. If you can't see in the description, again, for whatever reason, feel free to follow me on Twitter. Exactly the same as my handle here. There we go, Usman Talks United. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. And obviously check out the link there as well. obviously stay up to date with my tweets, that kind of thing, following all what I am doing. As I've already said, if you're watching this on repeat, I'm going to be uploading every single day. So tomorrow is the start of the watch-alongs. Not just for Man United, but I'm going to be doing watch along for every single game this week. So please stay in tune for that. Of course, we're raising money for Pakistan. We have now raised 275 quid, which is absolutely incredible. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much to everyone that has donated. We did come on the stream at 155 quid, and I wasn't expecting anything, to be honest. To get over 100 quid is ridiculous. So I'm extremely humbled and grateful for all the donations and your kindness and your generosity. So thank you so much. As I've already said, on countless time, the money is going to GRT, who are a global relief trust. I think that's what it stands for. I probably got that wrong, to be honest. But they're a charity that work all over the world, not just in Pakistan, but basically they provide supplies for humanitarian crises such as this one in Pakistan. Over 1,000 people have died, sadly, and lost their lives. 33 million people have been affected indirectly or directly by the flood. So many people have lost their homes. 300 plus of those that have lost their lives are kids and children, and this is absolutely devastating for anyone who is Pakistani, of course, but in general, this is one of the greatest travesties in recent years in terms of a natural disaster. So please do your best to share, to donate, and whatever it is that you can do, please help a brother out, make a difference. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Drop a like on the video, subscribe. We are going to upload every single day this week, I promise you. I don't know what game is on tomorrow. I probably should have double checked which game I'm going to be watching. I think it's Southampton v Chelsea, but obviously we'll find out tomorrow. We'll be doing a watch along and obviously donating, raising money for Pakistan. But anyways, apart from that, it's been your boy Osman. Thank you so much, everyone.